The reason you suck on offense in Madden 27 and can't seem to score points consistently is because you haven't mastered a complete offensive scheme. Luckily for you, in this video, I'm breaking down the top 3 offensive playbooks you absolutely need to be using if you want to score more points and win more games in Madden 27. You're not going to want to miss out on any of the playbooks I'm breaking down today because the last one actually has me in Champ 3 and ranked head-to-head, so you know this scheme is legit. Let's jump right into it. The first playbook I want to break down in this video is the most toxic offensive playbook right now in Madden 27. Let me show you what makes the Buccaneers playbook so good. Alright, so we're going to come into a gun and we're going to come into bunch strong nasty. And our first play here that's very toxic is motion double pass. Alright, this is a staple play every single year, but we're going to be breaking down what makes it so good here in Madden 27. So what we're going to do is they're going to be in a random defense, and this is a situational play call. So if they're in zone coverage like they are here, that's when you want to call this. If they're giving you an obvious man look, you don't want to get in the habit of calling this, but you're just able to see how we're going to have that pass down the field, and we're going to bring it in for an easy touchdown. So if they run zone coverage, it's going to be very easy for you. If they run man coverage, it's going to be a lot less consistent. So we're going to put them in, this is going to be a man coverage based play here, and I believe it could still get open. It's just not going to be as often because the man defenders aren't going to be looking into the backfield, but you still see how a Mecha Buka on that backside in route is open. So that's really what you're looking for. Obvious tell, man or zone, right? This would be an example of I don't really know what the coverage is, and if you don't know, you want to err on the side of caution and go to something else. But if they are in zone, which they are in this case, that's when you want to go to this. So again, you're going to take the snap, you're going to have that auto motion, you're going to see it, and then sometimes you do get blitz. So in that case, you would just want to throw the ball away, right? So it's like if you have time to, because that time they blitzed us, so they were able to get pressure. But if they don't blitz us, like they just run like cover 3 sky, for example, now that's when we know we're gonna have a lot more time. And if the bomb's there, you throw it. Like if those guys come down, you let it go over the top, you green it, and then you're just gonna have a walk-in touchdown. If they use her to get back there to take that away, then you just end up throwing the backside dig route. So we're gonna put them back into just a cover 3 defense here. And so we're gonna take the snap and we're going to, let's just imagine that streak is guarded. Well, now you just end up throwing that around that guy, and then you just end up picking up yards. So if the streak is covered, you throw the backside dig or throw the ball away, and if it's there, then you just end up chucking it down the field for a big play. But let me show you another great play here from this Buccaneers playbook. Alright, so we're going to come to motion stick wheel from Gun Trips X Nasty. Alright, so this is going to be your man beating play, especially against press man, which is a huge meta in this game. So what we're going to see is we are going to pretty much just put our tight end in a crossing route, and then I would put X on a drag like this and then block the running back. So this is what I would do, set it up, because essentially you're trying to get Chris Godwin's man right there to get picked by the Mecha Buka's man. So we're going to take the snap, and if they do get bumped, then you're just going to probably have a lob pass over the top. Now, that time my receiver got bumped too. And so it's like, that's the thing about man coverage, is variable. So unless it's wide open, then you don't want to throw it. You want to move to your next receiver. So you're able to see right here, bumping occurs, but it's really not, like my guys are bumping into each other, which can happen. Like you're sacrificing that kind of just clarity of exactly where guys are going to be for the opportunity to have a one-play touchdown possibly over the top because of the bumping. But that's why you still have the crosser, you still have the drag as other man beaters. But we see how they're going to be impressed man here. We're going to take the snap, we're going to see how the bumping doesn't occur, but this time we're just going to find our drag on the, on underneath on that left side of the field. So it's like you want to look over here first. Right now, right here, they didn't actually press. This guy, he wasn't pressing. So if they don't press you, then it's not, the bumping isn't going to happen because they're shaded over the top. So it's like I saw immediately that this wasn't going to be open, so then you pivot back here. So it's like you want to be ready and be looking for the wheel over the top for the touchdown, but it's also like you don't want to force it. So we set it up the same way. This time it looks like they might actually be in pressed man, right? So we're going to take it, This time they're shaded over the top, but we're able to once again find our drag. So I could really sit here all day and kind of wait for it to happen, right? But it's so random with the bumping. I mean, you guys can see it, right? If this guy goes inside, he has the opportunity to, only if he gets pressed. So if they're shaded up or they're backed off, this isn't gonna work because they're not gonna bump. They have no chance to bump. But if they are pressed and they're pressing you, Ibuka right here is gonna bump this guy, and then it leaves Chris Godwin open on his wheel. But like I said, set up the entire route concept so that you can actually go through the read progression. First looking for that wheel if the bumping happens, then looking for the drag and the crosser around it if not. Alright, before I jump into those next two playbooks that also are going to help you out tremendously on offense here in Madden 27, I wanted to tell you to go down below and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be breaking down Madden 27 tips and tricks just like this every single day all year long, going through all the best playbooks in the game, so you're not going to want to miss out on any of the videos that I drop. So go down below, hit that subscribe button today, and let's jump into those final two playbooks. Because that next playbook is going to be one that all the top pro players are using and are saying is the best in the game right now. Let me show you what makes the Commanders playbook so good. Alright, so we're going to come into cheat / wheel in from gun normal Y off close. Alright, so this one, it doesn't necessarily matter if you're on the short side, the wide side here with this. All we're going to do though is we're going to put our tight end on a shriek. We're going to motion him over. We're going to put Y on a post. And then we're going to stem it up twice with the D-pad. So stem the post up twice with the D-pad. And so really the reason why this is so good is because you can't actually get this receiver over here to run a comeback route. All right, because he's not, I'm talking about Diggs right here, because he is a slot receiver. Comeback routes are designed for outside receivers. So having that stock on this play is what makes this one play touchdown bomb so effective. So what we're going to see, this is going to work best against obviously cover 2 and cover 3 defenses. And so what we're going to do, I'm just going to spy off the pass rush so that we can see how this looks. But we're going to take the snap, make sure you're stepping all the way up in the pocket. The comeback pulls the outside third down, and then we're going to have that post route open for the one play score, just like you're able to see right there. It's very important, as I mentioned there, to stem the post route up. The reason why is because you need him to run further up the field before he breaks to give this guy enough room to get pulled down by the comeback route. All right, then it's also important to have the shriek route on the field and motion him over so that the inside third gets held in the middle. But as long as you have time to throw, that's really where you're going to unlock that one play touchdown over the top. Also, if they run cover 2, so we're just going to put them in Tampa 2 here, and we're going to, pretty much set it up the same way. Understand that their user is going to be this mid-read defender, and so if they get back there and guard the post, right, then they might actually be able to take it away, but that's why you go through a read progression. You still look for your halfback here, you still look for your backside dig route. But again, put Y on a post, stem it up twice with the D-pad, and now we're ready to go. Take the snap, step up in the pocket, but you're actually able to see how we're going to run with, and I green catch that, but the inside third, or excuse me, the mid read is going to run with the shriek. That's why you need to motion it over. If you leave the shriek over here, that mid read defender doesn't get pulled by it. So again, we put this guy on a shriek, and now we're able to throw this pass in the middle. You could throw it earlier than I threw it, but I was able to green catch it, and so I pretty much guarantee a catch, even though this would have been a drop pretty much every time if I didn't, green catch it there. But you're just able to see how this play is going to be really effective. And even if you guess wrong, like they're not in cover 2 or cover 3, like let's put them in they're in man coverage. This halfback route can get open, especially when you jump the snap on that halfback route, right? And now you're able to see how that's going to be an easy game for you out there against man coverage. So this is going to be a really great play here for you, a one play touchdown, but you can also see how it beats every defense going through the read progression, first looking for the halfback, then the post route stemmed up twice, and then looking for the backside dig route as well. But another great play here from normal Y off close is just Y sail. So all we would do with this is put lane right here on a drag route. And so what we're going to see is we take the snap, and this is what I call an everything beater. A play and a route concept that can beat every defense, and you don't have to go about actually reading the defense. And so those are exactly the type of plays that you want, because all I do, walk up to the line with this play, I'm ready to go. I see they don't have a flat on the field, and so we're going to throw that cut back inside in a simple pass a flat for 2 yards turned into an 11-yard gain and a first down. So, these are plays that you can go to in the first play of the game, the last play of the game, everywhere in between, and feel very confident about your play. You also want to try not to take sacks. Obviously, I could have just hit my running back right there, because you understand that with this play, you're sitting 5 out. So you need to get rid of the ball. Again, they're blitzing. They have no flat on that side, and so we're just going to throw that pass, pick up an easy 7 yards. So you certainly want to have your one-play touchdowns, the ability to force the ball down the field, and really stretch the defense, but also understanding that plays like this, when they just make it very easy for you out there, these are going to be really effective for you as well. So that's really what makes the Commanders offense so good here in Madden 27, using the normal Y-off close cheat / wheel in bomb, and then pairing it with Y-sail to do a great job of beating every defense you play against. Before I jump to that final playbook that you're absolutely not going to want to miss out on here in Madden 27, I wanted to once again remind you to go down below and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be the only one breaking down Madden 27 tips and tricks just like this every single day all year long, and you're not going to want to miss out on any of the videos that I have. So go down below, hit that subscribe button today, and let's jump into that final playbook you're not going to want to miss. That's going to be what I believe to be the perfect offense here in Madden 27. Something that is literally perfect. It can beat every defense that you face with every play that you call. Let me show you what makes the Cardinals offense so good here in Madden 27. So we're going to come into bounce PA double post here from Gun Bunch X Nasty. All right, we're going to respot the ball here, because you want to make sure that, when you're calling this play, you have your bunch on the wide side of the field. What we're going to do here, put the tight end on a streak, put Marvin Harrison on a corner. Now, you can't block your halfback here. He's, literally set to this assignment, so, don't even try to hot route him. Just snap the ball, so press A, or that would be X. Now the ball is going to be snapped, and this is what you're looking for, is that crossing route down the field. Even with Jacoby Brissett's noodle arm, we're going to be able to take advantage of it so long as you throw it on time. This is one of the best one-play touchdowns I've seen, but it requires you to throw the ball at the perfect time. And so that just comes with, looking at it. I saw that they were in cover 3 because I see the single high safety and zone coverage. So I wait for Marvin Harrison to run this corner, pull this guy down, and you see how he flips his hips, and now I would bet the ball's out. That's really when the ball's about to come out, and then again, like I said, even with a tough throw from Brissett here, we're able to get it in between 2 defenders, and we're able to reel it in. So this is going to be a one-play touchdown for you to use against cover 3, and you're really just taking advantage of the zone logic and your corner route pulling the outside third down, but it's very important that you throw it, perfectly at the right time. So we take the snap here, we're ready to go, and then we're just going to throw it, and you're able to see I'm able to green it, and that could be your touchdown if you're closer to the field, or if you're using like a gunslinger quarterback like Josh Allen and Regs. The ball being in the air for a longer period of time is what makes it harder for you to score, I guess, in this case. But you're able to see how the shriek from the tight end is going to hold the inside third in the middle and force him to where he can't drift over here. But then the corner route is going to pull the outside third and move him outside. And so that opens up this perfect window for us to just be able to throw it here. So that's really going to be your first play. Beats cover 2, but especially beats cover 3 defenses when you play in rhythm and throw the ball on time. But next I want to show you a play to stay balanced, because now you have a one-play touchdown, but there's a run play here that is just the best. This is the best run play in the game. I don't even think it's close. It's duo from Gun Bunch strong offset. And so what we're going to do here, we're going to again have them in a random defense, and it's about reading your blocks. Obviously, you have a player that's electrifying like Jeremiah Love, who can, make big plays, make big runs, is super agile, but you still want to, pick your holes correctly. Like right here, I see that cutback lane's going to be open, and then I'm able to follow my blocks and pick up yards. I would say this is a run where, unless they shoot the gap with their user, they're pretty much never going to lose yards with this play. And I do the first time I call it because I have horrible run vision. But this is what I mean. You're not going to lose yards if you follow your blocks. This is the easiest lane right here if I just run through it, but instead I try to cut back. So don't just say to yourself, telegraph before the play, this is where I'm going to go. Really make sure you're following your blocks. You see the dead center right there opens up. It doesn't get any easier than that. So this is also going to be a run that's already hard for them to gap shoot in itself, but really you're just going to see you're able to, get to your spot right there, see the lane open up, and run right through it. So I would recommend that in this Madden, you guys run the ball a lot more than you have in previous years. Coverage is better, our zones are better, the D-line gets off blocks faster, and then it's just overall your routes run a lot slower, and so you're able to see how Jeremiah Love's able to turn these into big yards. So overall, this Cardinals offense, there's so much more to talk about here, obviously, what I do in my Cardinals ebook, but with that one-play touchdown plus duo, you're going to have a great two-play scheme right there that's able to stretch the defense vertical, but then also pound the rock really when you need to finish drives and finish games. If you found this breakdown helpful of the top 3 offensive playbooks that you absolutely need to be using right now in Madden 27 helpful, make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm going to be breaking down Madden 27 tips and tricks just like this every single day all year long, and you're not going to want to miss out on any of the content that I have. But if you want my full Cardinals offensive ebook, which includes all 10 macros fully written out for you to save on your phone, plus it has screenshots to guide you and videos of me walking through every single play in practice mode, you want that for your offense, go to the link down below in the pinned comment to grab that Cardinals ebook and transform your offense. It's helped me, like I said, reach Champion 3, and it's helped hundreds of players score more points here early in Madden 27, so I know I can make you my next success story. But if you want to see the top 3 defensive playbooks to pair with one of these offenses in Madden 27, check out this video right here. I'll see you over there. Peace.